I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking off my reviews, but I'm back on track, and I promise you, there will be no further distractions from here on out.
Mwah. You keep telling yourself that, babe.
Oh boy.
Right here. Let's go.
Hi, Faceless here, and I'll admit, I've never read any of R.L. Stine's books. I'm more of a Stephen King fan. But I do know the series, and I'm pretty familiar with most of them, thanks to my friends back in high school that would never stop talking about them. Goosebumps. The film isn't based on one particular novel that was previously written, it's basically a standalone story. We begin with Zach and his mother moving to Delaware to basically start a new life. Zach soon meets Hannah, the next door neighbor, but unfortunately she has an overprotective father played by Jack Black, who basically warns Zach to stay away from his daughter. Because the cliche of boy meets girl demanded, Hannah sneaks off to hang out with the young man. Of course, her overprotective dad finds out and gives a final warning to Zach to stay away. Later on, Zach hears Hannah and her father arguing in their house, followed by Hannah screaming. Worried about Hannah's safety, Zach recruits his friend Champ to go investigate the house while the father is away. Once in the house, they find these old manuscripts to the Goosebumps stories. Zach inadvertently unlocks one of the books, and it releases the abominable snowman. The kids chase the fictional monster throughout town. Meanwhile, another book gets open and releases a puppet named Slappy, who in turn steals all the manuscripts with the intention of releasing every monster from each book. It's about right here where we find out that the father is really R.L. Stine, well, a fictional representation of him. And the plot shifts to where our heroes have to figure out how to get the monsters back into print and out of our world. And that's the basic plot of this story. As I said before, I never read the books, nor did I watch the TV series that they had a few years ago. So I can't tell you from a fan's perspective whether this film does the series justice or not. However, for me, I felt that I didn't really need to know any of the stories to enjoy this. I'm sure there were many references to the individual novels that are out, but I just didn't know what to look for. Clearly this film was intended for the kids and the fans. Though after years of listening to my friends boast about the stories that came from the series, I was kind of surprised that it wasn't as spooky as I thought it was going to be. I mean, aside from a couple of jump scares, that was pretty much it. They did have a love story, but it just felt forced. And the pacing of the film seemed to drag at certain points. There were some funny moments that gave me a couple of chuckles here and there, but nothing memorable. Jack Black's performance was okay. I mean, he did well, I just couldn't buy into the whole fact that he's the famous Arthur. In the end, the film was alright for what it was. So for my final recommendation, for fans and the kids, go see it in theaters at matinee prices. Otherwise, just wait till it comes out in video. Well, this wraps up this episode. If you have any opinions or thoughts, please comment below. And like always, you can find me on peanutbutterdisaster.com, where I have my previous videos along with other producers and their content, so check them out. But until then, this is Space.
Sexy and I know it.
Oh, hell no. RJ, get your hands off my girl.
Right here. Let's go. Peanut butter disaster.